Right then, one last event to come. Switched over 2 heats, as is always the case, and the times will be all important. Andorra on the outside, Blassie going lead leg for them. Vinals anchoring them home. North Macedonia, what a great couple of days they've had. Mikhail Petrov on the lead leg with Sara Dimitrowski anchoring them home. This mixed relay has been a fabulous addition to so many different major championships. So North Macedonia are in 7, Andorra in 8. Always feels like such a long leg on lead, doesn't it? Jablan of Montenegro 6. Here are the Armenians. Adamian, the very experienced Adamian, anchoring them home. Then to Albania in 4. Bakiri ran so well in the 200 metres. I wonder whether she can keep her run going. And barrage on second leg for them. Watch for the Albanians to storm on that third leg. San Marino, Molinari on lead leg for them. Second from the inside. And then Liechtenstein. Sienna Zobel jumping up. So the mixed relay, we've got Moldova, Bosnia and Iceland and Luxembourg all going in the second, but the times will still count here. So Liechtenstein in 2, San Marino 3, Albania 4, Armenia 5, Montenegro 6, North Macedonia 7, Andorra in 8. Watch for the Albanians on the third leg with Barrage, who has just been absolutely sensational so far here over the last couple of days. Last event for these athletes, Div 3, rounding off in style in the early evening sunshine of Slovenia. Oh no, we're finishing as we started, Alex. I was just about to say, and this time, round this first bend, we're away at the first time of asking, or maybe not.
Yes, unless that is an intruder, because it does sound rather like a burglar alarm. It's certainly one that gets the athlete's attention, but the officials will have a look. They have tended to err on the side of lenience and giving the athletes the opportunity to compete, especially when we've seen very early movement at an early stage in the start.
So the team from Liechtenstein, Joel Reeson being spoken to there. Well, we saw the Liechtenstein 200-metre runner living dangerously in lane 7 a little bit earlier. And in the end, Fiona Matt was allowed to compete and ran really well. Surely the same is not going to happen to Nadine Stuber, Joel Reeson, Matthias Verling and Sienna Zobel. Oh no. Oh, I cannot believe that. That is so disappointing. On the last event of the competition, well, they've almost got a wry smile on their faces. What an anticlimax for the team from Liechtenstein. Oh, right, Liechtenstein have been disqualified. San Marino 3, Albania 4, Armenia 5, Montenegro 6, North Macedonia 7, Andorra in 8. Drama every single moment on day 1 and day 2. Here we go then, come on. Well, San Marino very late to rise there with Francesco Molinari. Good running from Kareku, sweeping past the Armenian, just on his outside in red, second from the right-hand side, and this is Blassie, Pau Blassie on the outside. Lovely long flowing stride. Good running as well by the Montenegrin, Rosenovic. He's eaten up that stagger, and it's Rusenovic, who ran very well earlier today. I wonder whether he's going to start to feel the effects here. Rusenovic, so Montenegro lead. Second place, it's Andorra. North Macedonia in third, but then coming through as the stagger unfolds, Alessia Doughty of Albania. She's run a brilliant first bend and has come all the way through. Now you can see her on the inside. Montenegro with Mujovi on the inside, but what a first bend that was, Alex, by the Albanian.
Oh, absolutely, and they are the team that we have consistently praised for the shorter distances, being so strong, even when it's in these initial races. They've done everything they can to get every single point. Been really impressed with the Albanians.
Well, having taken the baton first from Rusenovic, Mujovi looked like she was struggling, but she's timed that really well. And Montenegro still lead after the second leg. The Albanian, Doughty, got just a fraction tired there. So it's Zakovic on the third leg for Montenegro. But what an athlete to have up your sleeve. Franco Barrage of Albania, and I think he's going to give the Albanians a big lead. I said watch out for him on the third leg. This is tailor-made for him, and look at the gap he's opening up here, Alex.
Exactly what you expected him to do, even if they've got Stoyovski of North Macedonia, quality athlete himself, but Barrage, winner of the 400, winner of the 200, absolutely supreme.
I'd love to see Barrage's split there. It's Albania from Montenegro from Andorra, then San Marino, then North Macedonia. And Bakiri also ran very well on her individual 200 metres. And I'm not sure Vinals is going to be able to close her. Jablan of Montenegro desperately trying to push up to second here from third. Remember though, this is about the clock, and the Albanians' time could trouble those in the perceived faster 4x4. They've had a fabulous couple of days, and they've saved their best two for last. Franco Barrage and Ilana Bequiri still driving for the line. Every split second could count here. It's inside 3:30. The Albanians take it. Wonderful finish for them. Andorra's second. Montenegro, who led at the end of legs 1 and 2, take third. And a big battle for the line taken by Armenia, finishing in fourth. So good work from the Montenegrins, but what a lovely leg from Barrage to tee up the Albanians for a fine first mixed 4x4 victory, and well inside 3:30. That was class.
Yes, it was to some extent expected, but you've still got to go out there and put that team combination together. Somewhat unpredictable. Of course, yes, we did have the mixed 4x4 in 2023, but again, not much form to go off, because we had the three promoted teams that went up, finished first, second and third in a time that was around 3:17, so incidentally around 11 seconds faster than that, which might give you an idea of what the faster heat would be like. Albania have very much deserved that on the basis of their sprinting consistency. Barrage, the figurehead of that.
Oh, that run from Barrage. I would love to know what his split was. And for Bakiri, actually. Barrage has had an absolutely superb couple of days. He really has. Well, the Albanians, we were so excited and then a little bit disappointed with the news that Geiger wouldn't be here to try and become the outright title holder with the most number of individual victories, tied with Yvette Lalavicolio with 11. But anyway, the rest of the Albanians have delivered masterfully well. This was the end of the second leg, Alex, and Montenegro was still in charge, but what a run from Barrage. Boom!
Yeah, look at his eyes there, just looking at Stoyovsky in front of him, and this is where he made his big move. I will just add that this result is showing officially as protested, so may not be a finalised result just yet, and unless we give you confirmation of that in a moment's time. Not seeing splits come up yet, but we'll let you know if I do. Certainly a national record for Albania this is at 3:28.45. That said, how many opportunities have they had to actually do a mixed 4x400 metre relay? Would only have been in the last few years.
Yes, I mean, the event's in its infancy, isn't it? So you would expect national records to keep on tumbling for the next few years. But a lovely smile and then a brilliant embrace from the rest of the team. Mixed 4x4's been a fantastic addition to the programme. But they must have known they had a chance of running well with Barrage and Bakiri. Fantastic performance. 3:28.45. And now we get to finally work out whether it will be Moldova or Bosnia and Herzegovina joining Iceland and Luxembourg in Division 2. Albania with a brilliant leg from Barrage, a new national record. Andorra and Montenegro second and third. Liechtenstein disqualified before the race began. Absolute carnival atmosphere here, Alex Seftel. And I've got absolutely no idea whether it is going to be Bosnia or Moldova. It comes down to this after what, 10 or 11 hours of non-stop athletics for 2 days. This is what it should be. Nail-biting right to the very end.
Yes, for sure. And I guess the presence of Amel Tuka might just help Bosnia in this. And also favourably on countback, it's 3 victories each and then 4 second places for Bosnia compared to 2 for Moldova. So it would look good unless the Moldovans can be 2 places in front therefore and 1 point ahead overall at the very end, if that all makes sense. But that is the way that the maths look at the moment, and this is the lineup. So it's good in effect that you may have the business end of the competition being decided in the final heat rather than spread across 2. We will for sure have all of the promoted teams coming from this final piece of action. We know that Iceland and Luxembourg will be in Division 2 in 2027. We're just waiting to find out who will join them. So Azerbaijan with the Lemia Valieva, big personal best over 100 and 200, and now she's in the longest sprint in the 400 in this relay. Been very impressed with Zenia Bergi, also a great young talent for Moldova. She's going to bring them home, but just maybe it's a less experienced quartet compared to Amel Tuka. So interesting decision to put him on the first leg, as we mentioned, and sometimes called front loading, helping them to build an advantage. As we look at this Icelandic team led by 400 hurdles winner Ivar Kristen Jasanarsson. He'll be hoping to avoid 5 attempts to start the race as he had individually. But look at this then. Luxembourg, they have their recent women's national record holder Fanny Arendt, Glenn Lassine, so he was part of the quartet who helped them win 4x400 metres at the Games of the Small States of Europe. And then Malta always tend to be strong in relays, and they've got Gina McNamara, who won the 800 and 1500 metres, stepping down to the 400 in this. Levan Kvaratskhelia did the 400 and 400 metre hurdles, so it would be rude not to be in the other one lap event, wouldn't it? And what a relay race this is shaping up to be, to conclude these European Athletics Team Championships 3rd division competition. Keeping an eye on those in blue and white, both in the case of Bosnia and Herzegovina and Moldova. They'll be next to one another in lanes 6 and 7. Georgia, Malta, Luxembourg, Iceland, then the Bosnians, Moldova and Azerbaijan. Well, there have been some very, very important results to get closer to sealing promotion. Obviously, we know Iceland, 20 top 2 finishes is simply incredible. Starting off yesterday with Hilmar Orn-Jonsson in the hammer, but performances right across track and field, bringing together athletes in such an unusual way to fight over every single point. And Moldova, they've had headlines through the likes of Emilianov in the throws and Mardara in the javelin, helping them stay in contention because the gap had grown to 16 points, then all of a sudden down to 1. But Moldova, look at this, Grigorowski well ahead of Tuka as we wait for the stagger to unwind. Moldova doing everything, even though you can see now closes in and the gap's rather small between the top 4, Rob.
Yes, and it won't be small for much longer because Fanny Arendt has taken the baton and she will do in this heat what Barrage did in the previous. Kulea, the Moldovan, is desperately trying to pour on the pressure here. It was a great first leg for Grigorowski of Moldova, and the Bosnians are going backwards. At the moment, there is more than one place between Bosnia and Moldova. Moldova second, and Bosnia in 5th. And the Moldovans run really well to not lose too much ground to Fanny Arendt. But this is starting to look better for the Moldovans, who take the baton in 2nd, but it's Luxembourg leading.
Well, Jana Sulic on that second leg for Bosnia, going out really early wide to make sure she was in the right position. But you can see here, Moldova still in 2nd place and Bosnia in 5th. So that result would mean that the Moldovans would be promoted to the 2nd league. Got to watch out for athletes who are staying in lanes in the early stage of this race as well, and make sure that we get an official result by the end of things. But Luxembourg, I mentioned they won the men's 4x4, the Games of the Small States of Europe. They're being challenged here by Moldova with a fantastic leg from Galushko. Bosnia still back in 5th. Malta have made up a place. Oh, what a final leg this could be. Gina McNamara has been tactically brilliant in the middle distance races. Now, how's she going to do in this 4x400? And Moldova still leading from Luxembourg, then it's Malta, the gritted teeth of McNamara, and then the Icelandic quartet, who we know are the champions, going straight back up to the 2nd league of the European Athletics Team Championships. And if you've enjoyed these 2 days, don't forget, so much still to come across the weekend. But Luxembourg right on the outside here with Elise Romero. They're going to be promoted as well, and it looks like Moldova will be as well. So this result right at the end, we're going to see the top 3 promoted teams as things stand, going up to the 2nd league. And what a way to seal it for Moldova with Xenia Bergi on that last leg. Well, I will stress that we will wait for the official result, of course, but top 3 across the line appear at this stage to have all been promoted to the 2nd division.
Well, what a way to do it for Moldova. They didn't just crawl across the line, they stormed across the line. Iceland, of course, having the biggest cheer of all. They finished 3rd in that mixed 4x4, but they have absolutely smashed everyone. They were the favourites, along with Moldova, to go back up to Division 2, and they've done it straight away. Excellent couple of days for Luxembourg. Your heart has to go out to the Bosnian quartet. Not their fault individually. They ran okay. The Moldovans were just absolutely brilliant. They ran as if their lives depended on it. And right from that first leg, as soon as Grigorowski set the tone from lane 7, the Moldovans were absolutely magnificent. Having to veer out to the left-hand side there to ensure of their changeover. The only thing we need to make certain of is that there are no retrospective disqualifications for infringements at the baton changeover. But despite the advance from Romero at the end. Bergi was not to be denied the fairy tale finish for the Moldovan quartet. As the sun sets in Slovenia, Moldova, Luxembourg and Israel, as it stands at the moment, barring disqualifications from this mixed 4x4, are the nations bouncing straight back to Division 2. And it was a fitting finish to 2 wonderful days of drama that we have all thoroughly enjoyed here in Maribor.
There's been a change of result though. Bosnia and Herzegovina going up to the second league instead of Moldova, and that's because of a lane infringement in the mixed 4x400 meters. Really unfortunate, of course, for the Moldovan team, who had initially finished first there in that mixed 4x400 meter relay. Moldova had finished first. However, the disqualification means that Bosnia do remain in third overall, as they had been by 1 point coming in, and it's a margin of 12 points in the end. So yes, finishing with a relay always meant that it was possible that we'd see a disqualification, and it was in the end, unfortunately, a pretty clear lane infringement.
Hello, I'm Leonardo Fabri, and you must subscribe to the European Athletics channel, because otherwise I'm gonna fight you.